Hey guys, this is Introducing Emmy, and we're back with another Redline Tuesday, 27 years later. But yeah, they're happening again, I guess. So here we go. This was sent to me by my friend Evergreen, and let me show you the original. And this is what we're going to be working on. And this is the working piece. And I thought it would be fun since I use Design Doll a lot now to reference poses. I went ahead and kind of put a model together. I didn't do like her body is a little different than this body, and I think the hips are kind of rotated, not too much, but yeah, so pretty close. And I thought that would be cool for reference, and here it is live. So we can kind of rotate it and see sort of what's going on. Like the legs are sort of off to the side, and you know, she's crunched over quite a bit. So that is kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be like opening up this pose more. Because I think she's supposed to be kind of like in a flirty, like coquettish sort of pose. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the head up because it's sort of like buried down into the shoulders a little bit too much. And I'm realizing I should have... Sorry, Lazy Nezumi is turned way up. And I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now we can get some work done. Okay. So I'm actually going to go in here and just like grab the head and roughly change it because the head is very cute. But I think it should be up and like maybe off to the side a little bit like that. That way we've got some nice angles going on here. And I guess I should use red. I'm not used to doing this anymore. It's been a long time. Okay, so yeah, so we've got this, and then this, like this. So what we want to do is we want to open up this pose and get some negative space in here. So I don't actually like know what this character's body looks like. Like I don't have a reference sheet or anything to work from, so I'm just going to do the best I can. If like she's way fatter or way skinnier or something than the way I draw her, I apologize. Also, I'm sorry if I'm like misgendering this character. You know, we're just going for it. We're just gonna leave all that. Just throw it away. Just leave all that behind. So, so then for legs, I swear I'm gonna like clean this up a little more. Once we get a little further into this. I might even like turn her feet inwards, like towards each other. Because I think that kind of makes a neat shape right there. Also, as you could tell, this is some kind of a thing, some kind of a creature. And whatever they are, I don't know what they are. So we're just going for it. Okay. And I'll do the purse in a second, in a hot second. By the way, this is Lazy Nezumi that I'm going to. It lets me do slightly smoother lines. So a long, long time ago, I had someone find a Redline Tuesday video, and they were like looking at the work I had done on somebody else's piece, and they were like, "Well, you should have just done this and this and this and this and this," and basically it was a whole new drawing that they wanted. And I didn't know how to explain it, but I try to stay within at least something of what the original artist has done. Like, I'm not trying, like, sure, I'll just do a new drawing, like, but that's not what I'm here to do. So, um, that's what they need to do. If they want to do a whole new piece, if they feel like what they did originally wasn't salvageable, that's up to them. I'm just here to kind of, make some pointers. So one thing I did was I sort of popped this arm out just to give it a little bit more space. This hand in the back, this one here, looks pretty good. I don't know if they have like paws or something, because this finger here is like really short, or is it like I'm not sure if it's like bent over, but I'll also most like humans I think would I feel bad. I feel like I'm like really insulting this creature. I don't know what it is, but I think most people would hold a love letter between their index and or any kind of piece of paper between their index and their middle finger. So also, I've kind of gone over this in older videos, but the palm length and the finger length should be about the same. So when you have a hand where the knuckles are like creeping in on what I assume is the bend of the elbow there, you just want to lengthen that out just a little bit. I'm Redline Tuesday in my own Redline Tuesday. I'm moving things around. Not sure if you would, nah, you probably wouldn't see the other side of the thigh. You might, nah, I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. So, like, really detailed knees, like really human knees, they kind of have like a double, like hinge sort of a thing going on, and you kind of emphasize that part right there. When we're drawing a character like this, you just kind of put a line there. If you want, you can kind of show like the bone under the skin if you want, but kind of show which way the leg is turned. But if you're doing something like this, like a character like this, I wouldn't worry about it. I think the tricky thing when you're doing like a cartoony character is knowing like which lines to emphasize and which ones not to. Because like for a cartoon character, you've only got like a few lines. You've only got like the tiniest bit of linear real estate. So it's sort of like a juggling act of like how detailed do I want this person, this creature, this whatever to be before it starts to look too complicated and like the style begins to break down. When you're doing something that's like realistic, you're building uh mass through shading and lighting and whatnot. So you have arguably more leeway, though perhaps more work when you work that way. So I still feel like this, the way I did it, was a little too long. We're just going to push it up a little bit. Let me turn her off for a sec. No, I think I'm gonna go for it. It feels weird, but I'm gonna go for it. Because I'm bold. So I don't have a whole lot to say about the face. The face is probably like the strongest part of the piece. Just remember that these are, you know, eye sockets under here. You don't have to draw this part, but what I'm saying is you just want to make sure like eyebrows aren't kind of going into your T-zone unevenly. So if this one is out here, this one should also be out here, or vice versa. Like maybe just like push this one back just like a touch, just a jooch. And then maybe for the curl, there's like tension here between the way that this is kind of just barely touching the eyebrows. That kind of makes a strange shape in here, so maybe just maybe lift it up some. That way also, if your character is like expressing, you know, if they're angry or surprised, they have a little bit more space on the face to emote without it running into that in the middle of the head. Maybe. As always, you can just tell me to piss off. And you could do it exactly how you want. I'm just kind of giving my 2 cents. Okay, you can just barely see the ear over here. This earring might see how like the fat part of this heart earring is like right at the hinge of the jaw. So if you follow that across, this maybe should be up just a little higher, especially with like just a little bit, not a lot. I feel like it probably changed a little bit because I rotated the head around. Okay. I also feel like maybe this should close up just a little bit. Right there. Just push the bottom eyelid up. In fact, I'll do it. I'm doing it. I recently discovered the liquefy tool, and I've I should say I just discovered it, but I guess I've discovered like an application for it. Yeah, while I'm here, I'll just push that. Just push it back a little bit. Yeah. Okay. You know me, I gotta put a triangle under there. Might want to put this back just a little bit. That, what is it, a sideburn? Yeah, so you want to push the sideburn back just a little bit. But I like the hair. I might, if this was my character, I might make this like a hard line and then swoop from the hairline up. And then have it like fall on this side. Because right now it's kind of, it's maybe like overlapping a little bit too much, like right here. And then I might like add texture or something there. I don't know, like cross hatching or something to show it's like shaved or short. Yeah, and then you can sort of spiral, follow that like, you know, like a bun. You know what I mean? Like a pastry. You can follow that back to make that shape. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Letter looks fine. You know, we're more worried about the anatomy behind it. Okay, so another quick thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show how you do like an object like this, like a purse that's like a shape, you know, like one of those kooky purses, you know. So first you start with the top of the purse. So right here, whatever this shape is going to be, you can even like if you're using Photoshop to ink this, Photoshop comes with a bunch of pre-made like what do you call those, like vectors, and you can use those to, you know, make a shape. But I'm just gonna wing it. So now what you want to do is you're gonna duplicate the layer. I just did this heart on a new layer, and then I made another one, and then I made another one, and we're just gonna keep going down, down, 10 hearts deep. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to erase the overlap. So like you're kind of looking at like an x-ray right now and you don't want to see all that. You want to see like the actual purse. And then you're going to do a line here and a line here. If you've got like a little bit of a lip, you just want to make the base of your object just a slightly bit smaller. You may even want to go in with the warp tool just to warp it slightly, but I think it's pretty good like that. I'm just doing like a fast tutorial on doing these kind of objects. And that will keep everything sort of like this is too square right here and here. Like it doesn't like follow the curve, and I think the back panel is missing. Like right here you can't see the other part. It's kind of like you know, I don't know if you ever did this in school where they teach you to like draw a box, you know. It's this but like just heart shaped. So this is like the lid, you know, and if you want it to sit over, you just push out these sides a little bit. There you go, you got a little box. So you're just making a heart-shaped box, I guess. By the way, I apologize if my voice sounds a little rough. I'm still getting over the big C. Well, not the big C, not cancer. Not that. The other one. The viral sensation, you know? I'm getting over that. And then you get your buckles. Just make sure like here you can kind of you see the bottom of, I assume that's like the edge of that strap. Same with this. This should all be curved down, and you shouldn't be able to see the bottom of the strap because you're kind of like looking at the purse like that way. You're sort of looking straight on but slightly more down. So, and then straps look good. I mean, I don't know how they're supposed to attach, but you know, they look fine. I'm not going to take you to task over straps. You know, and I'm feeling like this might be a little short, so let's do the hair, like the fringe on the arms and legs. So I like to sort of know where it's going to be. So usually when I have a character like this, I will sort of put them in like ankle straps or wherever the hair is supposed to be, so I have an idea. And then that way it sort of has like a contour to it and not just like a puffball stuck on top of the ankle, so you can kind of see what you're going for. Even if you were gonna do like a puffball, so like let's say you had a character like like a poodle. You know how poodles like in cartoons will have like that sort of a shape. They don't just like look at this shitty dog leg. They don't just like put a circle over top of it. They do kind of like this shape. Like that. Okay? So don't do this. Do this. This is like my little Tumblr tutorial. I love those on Tumblr when you see like somebody's like, do that, not that. I always hate it when I find one where they look like the exact same to me and I'm like, oh no, what? I can't see it. I can't see it. What am I doing wrong? That would be a good like joke to do. Just put up tutorials where there's no difference between the before and the after and just put a check mark and an X. And then if they ever send you a DM about it, you're just like, what? You can't see it? Or just say nothing. Just repost the tutorial into the like into the DM. Just be like, look at it. Figure it out, bro. I like that. I like that little curve there. That's nice. So I'm not sure what kind of creature this is supposed to be, but I know with my reptoids in Trying Human, I give them like a little, I don't know what you would call that, like a little mark to show like some, like the bone. You know, like when you have a character like, uh, is it digigrade? And they're up like that. There's a little bit more like stress, I want to say, on like the pawsies, and so I put a little mark there just to sort of hint that their feet are not human. Technically, we have them too, but you only see it when you stand up on like your tippy toes or you're stressing them by like jumping or something. But yeah. So anyway, I think this is pretty good. I did the clavicles here, but I did them all the way out just to kind of give you an idea. But don't do that. Just try to give them a little breathing room. Edge of the neck. I also it's force of habit, but I tend to do kind of a gentle like S curve on the jaw, like right here, just to show this goes in and this comes out. So again, if this is not your style or to your liking, don't do that. I would also maybe bring the ear architecture out away from the head a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here I would do. I think that's pretty good. I think I'm sorry I don't like know what this little creature's fingers are supposed to be like. I feel like I've ruined them. Like I made them too long or something. Um, yeah, I think that'll do it. Sorry for all this nonsense around the edges. Let's get rid of that so we have a better idea what we're looking at. So I think that's pretty good. Sorry for the flashing. I might even, if I have more time to work with this piece, I might even like bring this top part up a little bit more, or make this part a little lower and just slightly bigger. I feel like it may be a little small. I tend to, though, when I'm working on 2D designs like this, I have trouble like seeing, you know, like, what would you call it? Like field of view. Like I have trouble imagining sort of like a field of view, like the depth of certain objects and stuff, which it just takes time, it takes practice, and I kind of like this like little negative space right here. Yeah, I would just sort of open it up a little more. You're also going to be seeing the top of the leg, or the top of the feet, excuse me. So if that was not what you wanted, tough. No, you would have to kind of come up with a different pose. And I'm not trying to like shill for Design Doll, but I've noticed that it really helps me come up with, you know, a different way of looking at my art. So even though I'm not like tracing a model, I still get like a pose that I feels a little more like energetic or like poppy and interesting to look at. Maybe this neck too might come in just a little bit more. It was kind of at the back of the head. So with cartoon characters, so like a real human, their head is the way I was taught to draw them is you basically have a box, and our neck is like takes up a really large part of this real estate here at the base of the head. And then you split this in half, ear, split this in half, eye, you know, so everything's like in sections that you do like that. But when you're doing a cartoon character, I think it's far more interesting to bring the neck further in and get something a little more toony. Maybe not that skinny, but I try to make the neck a little narrower than this. Than this beefy boy right there. So anyway, these are my tips. You know, thank you for sending that in, Evergreen. Their name is Studio Evergreen in most places. I don't know if they have their art posted anywhere, but I'll let them, you know, they could put their links in the comments. That would be good. And yeah, so thank you for sending that in. That was funsies. It's kind of nice to get back into these. If you're interested in sending these to me, I'm everywhere. I'm introducing Emmy everywhere. Just send it to one of those. And I'll think about it. I'll think about doing these again if I have the time. So, all right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.